And we could put chickens. Now, we've got two choices. I can either try and put the chickens up here, which might work quite well for us. Have them hanging around here. Or we could just have them hanging around outside the house. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. We have moved forward to the last day of March. We've basically not got a lot to do on here. We have done everything with our field, so there's no arable work to do on here. Mainly, the work recently has been to keep our productions going and keep our two garden areas and our greenhouse running. The garden areas are producing really well. We've got 3 pallets of tomatoes out already, 5 pallets of potatoes. As somewhere to cultivate potatoes for seeding, this is fantastic. And then we've got just a single lonely pallet of lettuce. So it's producing well. I think we're going to end up replacing our greenhouse. It is, well, I'm not expecting the lettuce to produce as fast, but it's, yeah, 1 to 3 of the rest, or to 3 of the tomatoes. Maybe, yeah, actually, that production rate is about right. It's about what I'd expect. Thinking about it, it's more that we've got lettuce running on it than anything else. I'm just putting 2 tanks of water into our open air gardens. That is because we've used a fair amount in the 4 days since our last video, and I do kind of wish that I'd put in the chickens at the end of the last video, because we got the space for them, and I should really put them in there, and I still haven't got this open air chicken coop. I might go out and get it and see if we can get that in here. But it's I think, yeah, getting some chickens running around would be a good idea. So maybe we'll try and do that in a moment as well. But all in all, we need to move some of our produce. We are going to go pop down to the shop and get something really nice and new that is going to help with that, seeing as we've got this, and something's come up secondhand that is going to be so massively useful going forward with our produce. So we are headed down to the shop to check out exactly what that is. We still don't have a tractor. I really wish we'd had a tractor come up, but unless something's changed since we were down here last, or since I checked, I don't think we have anything. Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is what we've got. A TX32 has come up and a Schaefer has come up, but 3,868. We have got a Brockman trailer in which we could store stuff and stack it and take it down for sale. So we're going to buy this VF001 No Man's Land. Perfect back only. Yep, that will do us fine. So okay, that wheel setup, we have a choice of standard, standard to standard 2. No price difference between them. I think I prefer those wheel setup though. So we're gonna buy that for 3,800. We will almost immediately get that back with the price of the stuff we have to sell. I am going to be selling the potatoes. I don't think their price is massively good at the moment, but it's I don't think it's massively good for anything. If we don't sell some of this though, we are going to be absolutely inundated with it. So let's reverse this up a bit. There we go. And oh no, and connect up everything. Let's get this back to our farm and yeah, start loading this up with some produce to sell, because yeah, we are still just selling madly. Next time, we're going to be actually doing some grass work and making some more silage bales for us to sell. At the moment, though, it is really just how much money can we make off the produce until we're able to get our fields harvested. So bring this up here and round like this. There we go. Yeah, potatoes definitely produce at a pretty fast rate. Don't know how easy it is going to be to fill. We'll see. I think we can go too high in it. Don't think that opens. Nope. I think we can go too high. And that's going to fit in a fair few. Let's see how well we do. I think that these are worth about 3,000-ish. Sorry, 300-ish per 1,000 liters. Each of these is 1,000 liters. So, yeah, it's only about, well, it's under 2 grand's worth of potatoes we've got here. Now, yeah, they will fit in here fairly nicely. That's good. Now, I think the best way for me to do this is probably going to be to try and stack them and then push them in. See if that works. Otherwise it may be a case of needing a telehandler or something like that to fill this. Which will be a long-term goal, but not something we are initially looking to do. So, up and in. Oh, wow, these are fairly heavy for our tractor to handle. Yeah, wouldn't want to pick up 2 of these with this. Right, let's push them about as far back as they'll go. So yeah, it is a case of just trying to get it in as best we can with the equipment we've got until we have something that we'll be able to do something, do it better with. The little JCB Teletruck is looking very, very interesting right now with this setup. We'd be able to very easily put everything where we want to. Because that has a nice little extending arm. And that's in there. So, looks like we can get about 6 pallets in here. Which is good. And then if we put the stuff in the flatbed or in the bed of our truck as well, that's a really decent amount of transport we've got. Going to be transporting on a fairly regular basis in order to keep all of this clear and making money. And the potato, wow, yeah, that is fun. But it, oh, is it in? It is in. There we go. Potatoes in. No, oh, push them on. Yeah, lots of realism going on right here, right now. But that has got those in. So one more load of potatoes, I think. We'll put the lettuce on top. And then we can take the tomatoes in the bed of the truck. And yeah, that will make us, again, will make us a decent amount of money. We'll see how far this gets us towards repaying for all of this work we had done. And hopefully getting us set up today with some chickens too. But we have got ourselves in here where we were very, very efficient at the end of last year. And ended up just doing a huge amount of work before the winter. That meant our fields were all ready. I think, rather than rushing, it's worth looking at having one winter crop and one spring crop. Just to try and even things out a bit. And give us a little bit of work to do in the springtime. On top of what else we have going on the farm. Although, having said that, as we get more fields and expand more, we should find that that won't matter. Right, there we go. Now, does this have... No, this does not have any straps. So, I want to start that up. Close that. Hopefully they won't go flying. And what we're going to do then is just drop that off quickly. And bring our truck up the side. So that we can load in the tomatoes. And I'm going to start with the first one sideways on so that we are able to fit more in here. There we go. So nice thin forks. And slot these in. It might have been better actually to have had the tomatoes in the in our freezer truck or our freezer trailer and the potatoes out here. Although actually putting potatoes in the back of here with the weight they are, that probably wouldn't have gone down well. I think we're probably better off with how we've done this. But I am interested after a month and a day, because we were mid-February last video, how much the production from these 3 areas has been worth, and whether it is actually worth replacing our greenhouse with another one of these. I think it would be once we have some fertilizer and some seeds. I think putting fertilizer and seeds into these will just turbocharge them. We will just make a ridiculous amount of money off these. We've made enough just off the, or we're going to make a decent amount just off a few days. But we could make a lot more, and that could make a big difference to us. Right, let's get these onto here, like so. And yeah, let's drop all this down. Put that across the wheels. That'll be the most stable position for it. There we go. And then move the tractor out of the way. Not bad at all. And we've got the honey processing as well. Look. There's honey. The front of this truck is massively off the ground. It is really struggling. You can see the weight and the load on the back of this. And then the, and then the trailer. It is not overly happy at the weight it's pulling. We'll see how much this is. Wow. Yeah, we might have to drop down. 5,000 litres of potatoes, 1,500 litres tomatoes, and 500 litres of lettuce. And I think I need to drop this down a gear. It is not happy. Let's see if we can get this to the shop. So it's such a strain on the car. I've had to drop down to 3rd gear, and and then we're just sort of sticking around 23 miles an hour. So it's good that we've got up here. Let's bring this round and get this sold. So up and in. Hopefully we've got stuff coming out the back. Yeah, I'm fairly sure I can hear. Wow, all the potatoes are gone. So the potatoes are all gone. The lettuce is empty. The tomatoes are going. And this should mean we have a decent amount of money. There we go. 4,054. Not bad. We've already paid for our trailer. So that's good news. This can go back up by there. But yeah, we don't have a lot of pulling power in our truck. Especially when we have that many litres. 5,000 litres of potatoes in the back. It is not a happy truck. So let's bring this back up here. And I think we want to try and part this out the way a bit. So let's see if we can add in an animal pen here. I have gone in and got the fenceless animal husbandries. For 2,000, we can do one. Oh, wow, that holds. There we go. So let's spin this around. And we could put chickens. Now, we've got two choices. I can either try and put the chickens up here, which might work quite well for us. Have them hanging around here. Or we could just have them hanging around outside the house. That's not bad. Just sort of, yeah. Although that would put the... No, I think I am going to put them over here, along with all of this. It does overlap with another object. There we go. So we want it here. Just back a little bit. Right up to that tree, basically. There we go. So if we put that in there... We've got a nice chicken area over there. With that mesh. Yeah. So why does that mesh... Is there any way right, there. We can turn the mesh off there. So that looks brilliant. I like that we got a nice little fenceless chicken area here now. We can put a little bit of grain down for them here. But first, I want to buy some chickens. So we want to get these producing stuff immediately. 150 chickens at just 50 each is going to be fine. So immediate chicken production, maximum number of chickens we can get. Although actually, let's get 50 chickens. Let's get 48 chickens and a couple of roosters and let it build up, because it's going to be 2,600 just to do those. So buy that, yes. Okay, and then we'll get a couple of roosters. I don't want 48 roosters. You can't type. That's the only thing that you can't type it. So, yeah, we'll get a couple of roosters in there, and that means we should get some chicken reproduction. And slowly over time, then, we will build it up to the 150 chickens. So there we go. I've done that a few times before. So, yeah, there we are. There are our chickens who have arrived just in time for some rain. And now we can park this out the way. I'll park it down the end there. Will be quite well. So forward we go. Yeah, still gives us enough space for us to park here to load up. And if we put this... actually, let's get the tractor out of the way. And we'll put this beside the honey. And then that will be nicely out of the way. And then we just need to go and get some feed for the chickens. Shouldn't need too much of that, though. But that will get them set up nicely. Now, the chickens aren't going to take very much feed. So what I want to do is switch out our forks here. Drop these off. Like so. And we're going to switch them out for the bucket instead. Like that. Perfect. Do we have any seed? We have seeds kicking around. We have both seeds and fertilizer kicking around. I'm really tempted to put them into the garden and see how much we can produce. How much money we can make just producing tomatoes. Would just make sense to me. What a way to feed those extra bits back in. So let's take the barley, 1,000 litres of barley in our bucket, and see how well this does for our chickens. So we don't need to get our trailer out. Don't need to take the flatbed off for that. Although we now have something to deliver production stuff in. We can probably get rid of the flatbed trailer, quite possibly. Okay, and give them some of that. How well did that do for our chickens? Under animals, there we go. So yeah, we need about 5,000 liters. Perfect. So yeah, let's go and get another 4 buckets, and that's going to be all of our barley. I hope it lasts them a while. So they've taken 3,700 liters of barley. So we've got some that we can put back. Which is good. That can go back into our grain store, and we'll help feed them a little bit later. How much have we got left in here? I think it's about 2,500. I know, it's 1,300. So, yeah, there's a little bit left there to feed our chickens going forwards. But all in all, they're looking fairly healthy at this point. We are expecting, yeah, so this will all pop up, and we'll get some extra stuff. We're going to keep an eye on the reproduction rate and make sure that is going up. Do we have anything new in the shop since we've been working today? Nope. We just got our combine and our front loader. So I think we have a load of, yeah, we have a load of seeds and a load of fertilizer. So what I'm going to do is just drop our weight off the back of here. Like so. And I want to go and turbocharge and use up the seeds and everything that we've got kicking around at the moment. We're not going to be using anything until at least the autumn, at which point we should still have plenty of money to do this with. So let's just grab this here. We've got a big bag behind our seeder, but I want to empty out the seeder and the fertilizer spreader, because the fertilizer spreader, remember we over purchased on fertilizers. So yeah, we're gonna supercharge with the 1,400 liters of this that we had. So let's unload those two, and then we can cover that back up and put it back. And then I want to do the same with our seeder. We want to empty that out. Now I'm hoping that these are going to actually work to empty, because I know that the greenhouses that we're using on Oldstream, those don't seem to work with anything other than the big bags. Right, there we go. Bring this out. Actually, we'll leave that open. Down and unload that. So that gives us some seed. Actually washes that a little bit as well. I'll just put this off to the side. We can move this all around later. Go. And then we can spin around and grab that last load of seeds out of here as well. And yeah, we'll go and see if we can sort our gardens out so they're actually producing even more stuff. I think we'll try it with the tomatoes. I think we try it with the potatoes. We're going to just be so inundated with potatoes as to not be funny. We're going to need the weight back on the back. So let's do that. To maneuver a little bit better. There we go. Right. So we'll go and put these seeds in first. Don't know how many seeds we've got in here. Find out. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Let's have a look. How many seeds we got in here? 688 litres. 1,000 litre bag of seeds. So, yeah, we'll take this first and put these in, and then we'll go and do the other two. Oh, sorry, the other three. So the 2 fertilizer and the other thing of seeds. And hopefully this will give us a lot of tomatoes off here. So slowly round. It's our fill point. Yep, there we go. There's our fill point. And that in that. Right. Just need to see if the others work now. So yeah, they do. That went in there very easily. So I just need to get the 2 fertilizers in there. And then with that done, we will be able to up the production on the tomatoes and see just how fast we get tomatoes out there with seeds and fertilizer thrown in as well. I'm actually quite pleased we overspent on the fertilizer now. It is going to give us a very nice boost to this garden. There we go. In goes the fertilizer. And now we can pop in here and pop to here. Then that's this open air garden. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to deactivate that. And we should have everything we need to activate that one. 64 compared to 1. Wow. Although, but we get a lot less cycles per month. So that's interesting. I'm not sure this is actually going to produce that many more. We will see. We will see what the difference is. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, yeah, it's a lot less cycles. Why is this better? Is then my question. But we shall see. All right, we need to get this out of the way. We might as well use up the fertilizer and the seeds. I'm hoping it's going to be a higher production rate than if we hadn't done that, because otherwise that is just a waste of fertilizer and seeds to do something that we could already do otherwise. Otherwise, as I said, the farm is doing fairly well. We're still producing some honey, so that's coming. We've got a nice new trailer to transport our wares in, which is brilliant. Chickens have started, although they're not yet producing eggs. They are nicely fed, so that's all good. And the sun's come out. The rain has disappeared, and we are very nicely on a nice sunny spring day. It won't be long now before our grass is ready to cut, so that is going to be our next job. So we're going to be spending a day on the grass field while we wait for our arable fields to grow. But now, though, I think that's probably a good place for us to end for today. So yeah, let's finish it there, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.